Hello everyone and welcome to another Wild Rift guide. In today's video we are going to do a full detailed guide on Galio. We will talk about the abilities, combos, build, runes and finally tips and tricks that you did not know about Galio. So get ready and let's get started. Galio is an AP tank, usually played in the mid lane or as a support role. He is a melee champion and can struggle a bit in the early game when trying to last hit minions. This champion is very powerful when played against ability power champions. He also applies a lot of CC, can do a lot of damage, which makes him a great team fighting champion. Once you hit level 5 and unlock his ultimate, you can look to roam around the map and use Galio's ultimate to jump onto your team to help them and change the fight outcome. If you enjoy the content, it really helped me out if you leave a like, comment on the video and subscribe to my channel. So without further delay, let's get to our ultimate Galio guide. Let's start with his abilities. His passive, Colossal Smash, enhances his next attack to deal magic damage to nearby enemies. So to explain this, every few seconds Galio's basic attacks deals bonus damage to enemy champions in an area. As you guys can see, when I hit the enemy with a basic attack, I smash the ground dealing bonus damage. Then after a few seconds, this passive is activated once again. You will know that the passive is active when you see the glow around Galio. This can also be applied to minions, jungle monsters and objectives. Next is the first ability, Winds of War. Fires 2 wind blasts that deals magic damage and converge into a tornado. This tornado deals magic damage equals to 8.5% of target's maximum health over 1.5 seconds. As you guys can see, when I use this ability, I throw 2 wind blasts that deals magic damage if it hits the enemy, and if the enemy stays in the area of impact, he will take more damage from the tornado effect that follow the wind blasts. This is important for you guys to know, that enemies within the circle takes more damage due to the tornado effect of this ability. You can see when I hit the enemy from the sides, he takes damage from the wind blasts only. Next is the second ability, Shield of Durand. It's passive. Every 12 seconds, upon taking damage, Galio gains a shield that absorbs magic damage for 3.5 seconds. Hold. Enters a defensive stance, slowing himself by 15% for up to 2 seconds. Takes reduced damage while holding this ability. When you release the ability, you deal magic damage to nearby enemies and taunts them for 0.5 to 1.5 seconds depending on the hold time. So the passive is a shield from magic damage, which means that if you are against ability power champion, and the enemy hit you with an ability, the shield will automatically activate, absorbing that damage. You can see that there is a red bar under my mana bar. This is the passive of this ability. When you take magic damage, this bar will be reset. This bar will be full again after the 12 seconds. This is why Galio is powerful against ability power champions cause of the shield passive of this ability. While you are casting it, you will get slower as you can see. While holding the ability, you will get tanky, taking less damage from enemies. After you release it, you will deal magic damage and taunt enemy champions towards you. The longer you hold this ability, the longer the taunt effect of this ability. You can also immediately cast this ability, but it's much better to hold for much longer to get the maximum benefit out of it. Next is the third ability, Justice Punch. Dashes forward until he hits an enemy champion or terrain, dealing magic damage and knocking them up for 0.75 seconds. Deals 50% damage to minions and monsters. This ability is a dash forward. When you hit an enemy, you will knock him up dealing magic damage. You cannot dash throw walls with this dash. You will hit the terrain only, but you can't dash throws the wall. You can also dash backwards to hit the enemy and it's faster. You can also use this ability to escape if you think you are getting ganked by the enemy jungler or if you are low health. Next is the ultimate, Hero's Entrance. Grants Shield of Durand's passive shield for 3.5 seconds to all allied champions near the target and designates the position as his landing spot. After 2.5 seconds, Galio arrives at the location, dealing magic damage to nearby enemies and knocking them up for 0.75 seconds. So let me explain this to you guys. His ultimate has a huge range, which means it can be casted from far away. When you cast the ultimate, all of your allies within the area will get a shield. After you land, you will knock enemies up and dealing damage to all of them. Notice that if you get hit with a stun while casting this ability before you land in the area, then your ultimate will not be casted. So make sure to stay away from enemy champions before casting this ability. Next is Galio's combos. Tips and tricks. When you play in the mid lane, you want to farm by using your first ability to hit both the minions and the enemy. If the enemy gets close to you, try to hit them with basic attack. If an enemy champion dives you with his combo, what you need to do is use your second ability, followed by your third ability and then first ability, then auto attack. This will deal tons of damage. Another thing to know is that you have a wide range of your ultimate, so you can cast it on your bot lane allies if they get ganked. Upgrade order. You upgrade your first ability first, followed by second ability, then third ability. And of course upgrade your ultimate whenever it's available to upgrade. Now for the build and runes. First item, Rod of Ages, gives you health, ability power and mana. This item is very powerful in the late game, as it provides 1 stack every 30 seconds. When you reach 10 stacks, you will gain an additional health, ability power and mana. Next item is Infinity Orb, which gives you ability power and magic penetration. It also allows you to deal more damage to enemies below 35% health. For the boots, you buy Ionian Boots of Lucidity for the ability haste and upgrade that into stasis. Next item is Rabadon's Death Cap for the extra ability power, followed by Void Staff, which gives you ability power and magic penetration. Last item is Morlo, which gives you health, ability power and magic penetration. It's also an anti-heal item as it applies grievous wounds. For the runes, Aftershock. For the bonus armor and magic resist, weakness, nullifying orb, and finally demolish to take down turrets faster.